Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another video. Now, with Revolution of the Daleks on the horizon, it's now more than ever that Doctor Who theories are flying round the internet. And today I have two very special guests with me to discuss some of these theories. I have Jammie Radcliffe and Tharries, both brilliant Doctor Who or comedy sketch YouTubers, links in the description. So yeah, Revolution of the Daleks theories. We'll hand over straight to Mr. Jammie Radcliffe.
Hi, hello, how are we? Yes, so basically, I'm here to talk about Doctor Who, because Joe needed to get the watch time up.
So, we've got Tharries coming up later in the video.
Oh, am I first?
Yeah, you're first, Jammie. You've made it. Right.
What a time to be alive!
What is your theory for Revolution of the Daleks?
So, basically, here's what I'm thinking. The government have been able to create these Daleks is from the DNA of the Dalek from Resolution. This Dalek was a genuine Dalek. It was passionate to the cause.
The Dalek race is supreme!
Through kind of some DNA shenanigans and maybe some tracking from Bronze Daleks, because we have obviously seen Bronze Daleks in filming photos. In those pods where they're growing all the Daleks, there's going to be some sort of infiltration. An authentic Dalek that's actually loyal to the Dalek race is going to make it into one of the government Dalek bodies.
I could definitely see that happening, because I think we know that these government-made Daleks are going to turn evil because of the trailer, like they're shooting people and everything. So yeah, I think the most logical explanation is the one you've just given. They'll try and sneak their way in and then suddenly turn on the government or something like that.
I love a good old infiltration story in Doctor Who. Infiltration is well, it's not nice for the people being infiltrated.
But it's dramatic. You get those moments where it's like...
It's dramatic, yeah.
Oh my god, this evil thing happened, and it works.
I'm really interested to see it. It feels like a movie.
It does, especially because they've got like the sort of big star cast as well. Like you're bringing back John Barrowman, you've got Chris North, you've got like all these people. Like it genuinely feels like it's going to be
which is going to be interesting
event and not just another episode.
Will it be the longest Doctor Who episode since Day of the Doctor?
It's 71 minutes, so I think so.
That's pretty crazy.
Apart from Day of the Doctor, it probably is the longest episode since the revival.
You gotta respect it.
Chibnall is a big brain.
We hear about Chibnall's 5-year plan.
Yes, a lot. I've made many videos on the topic.
Go check them out, everybody. Lovely.
Link in description.
If you look at the progression of the series, Series 11, not much really happened in the grand scheme of things, but now in hindsight you can see seeds were placed, like the Donald Trump caricature.
One thing that did sort of really unnerve me when I read it the other day, the Ruth Doctor, like that whole arc, they didn't know when writing the script that Ruth was going to turn out to be the Doctor, and that was a relatively last-minute addition. And that's not good. That's really not good.
That concerns me.
The reason I love Fugitive of the Judoon is because it feels like it's setting up this really clever, in-depth plan. And if it is just off the cuff, well, that'll be cool, then I'm not gonna lie, that is worrying.
I know what you mean, yeah. But I guarantee you someone thought, oh, this'll make us sound really impressive, and it's just done the exact opposite.
Yeah, possibly. I'm hoping that.
With the kind of Dalek storyline, and then the storyline in the series, so you've kind of got the storyline on Earth with the Daleks and the storyline in space with the Timeless Children. They both feel like they're leading up to the 60th.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know how you're going to wrap both of the storylines up in the 60th.
See, this exact question is exactly what Tharries' theory is on, so I'm not going to spoil it now, but he thinks there's going to be an event at the end of Revolution of the Daleks, which I'm not going to say.
Oh, right.
But yeah, it's the title of the video.
Please don't skip forward to Tharries' bit. I'm funny too.
Yeah, it feels like Chibnall's Who has just sort of kicked into gear. Like ever since Spyfall, bring the Master back, bring the Judoon back, bring the Daleks back, bring the Cybermen back, bring the Master back. Also, I've thought this is going to be the longest streak of returning villains, because in the space of Ascension of the Cybermen to the first episode of Series 13, you're going to have Cybermen, Daleks, Captain Jack, the Master, the Ruth Doctor, the Judoon, Sontarans because of Series 13, Episode 1, and Weeping Angels in the prison, the Pating in the prison. Like, we're literally going to see every villain from the past 15 years within the course of 4 episodes.
About the prison, what are your thoughts on the theory that it's like a museum?
Yeah, like a prison. No, a museum. I can't speak. Yeah, actually, I hadn't thought about that, but it makes sense. Yeah. That's my insightful take.
Thanks for that one, Joe. Back to me in the studio. The one thing that worries me about it is the owner of the museum is going to be adding another big threat into the mix.
The problem is, I think if it was a museum, it wouldn't be the Jadoon. Like, I think, because the Jadoon are obviously like Rhino Space Police for hire. I don't think...
I'd much rather it's just a prison, because if the Doctor's been put in prison...
Yeah, and it didn't... When you look at the pictures in the trailer, it didn't seem like a sort of viewing of a thing. It just that they were all locked in cages.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Possibly.
I just want to know... Oh, it's so complicated. I'm going to get a migraine from the 60th.
I hope it's going to be good. Look, right, here's just an idea that's come to me off the top of my head. What if, like, the Doctor in this prison, there's all this horrible stuff happening to her, she's being tortured, etc. They're trying to find out some piece of information to do with the Timeless Child that she doesn't actually know. And then, could the Master break her out of prison?
I don't think the Master's going to be in the Christmas special. I think they're building up to when Sacha Darwin's Master meets Captain Jack, because I think it's going to be funny. That's the only logic I have.
Yeah, but, I mean, it could happen in that episode, Jack and the Master.
It could. Because the Master knows about the Timeless Children thing, does that mean he knows why the Doctor's been put in prison?
Yeah, that's the thing as well that really confuses me, is nothing that was shown in The Matrix in the Timeless Child episode actually says the Doctor was the child. So how does the Master know that? Like, is he guessing? Because there's no actual on-screen confirmation of it.
Also, I feel like they're going to do something about the Doctor's kid.
The Doctor's kid?
Because Susan is the Doctor's granddaughter.
Yeah, they could bring it full circle.
And you know how you said that what Tharries is going to say is going to be the title? This is my bid for the title.
We'll see who wins.
Susan is the Timeless Child.
Ooh.
Boom!
Oh,
10k views.
Only problem with that is then she wouldn't be the Doctor's granddaughter. She'd be like the Doctor's parent or something.
Right. To do that, you can do memory stuff, but listen to me. Ruth, there were loads of references to Ruth being a guardian of sorts, correct?
Yeah. Well, no. It was Lee guarding Ruth and Ruth guarding something.
Yeah, Ruth was guarding something on Gallifrey. Ruth was guarding Susan. I've literally just come up with that off the top of my head.
Would Susan know, or would she have had her mind wiped?
She would have had her mind wiped, I reckon.
That is an interesting theory, and an interesting theory to leave this segment off on.
It is, very much so.
Yeah. So, thank you for that, Jamie.
No problem. Right.
Okay, so, my theory, I sound like one of these super nerds. Actually, my theory is this. But no.
I mean, we are Doctor Who YouTubers, so...
True. I mean, it doesn't get much more nerdy than that. It is wild speculation on my part. I basically came up with this idea that, like, there seems to be a lot of hints in, like, the news media that they're putting out now that the crew at Doctor Who are going to be meeting new people in Series 13, and there's meant to be a big cliffhanger ending at the end of Revolution of the Daleks.
Yeah, like, they've been saying it since, I think, July. Like, Mandip Gill said in an interview way back, like, oh, it ends on a massive cliffhanger. And as you say, that's been, like, expanded upon more and more in recent months.
Exactly. So, my thing is, if you guys keep up with any of the spin-off media at all, you'll have noticed that it's been dominated a lot by the 10th Doctor.
Every single thing is just, bring back David Tennant, bring back David Tennant.
Yeah, to the point where it's like people are photoshopping him into the new stuff because it feels like he is the Doctor alongside Jodie at this point. Been a lot of 10th Doctor, 13th Doctor crossovers. You add in as well that obviously Series 12 had the Roof Doctor, so we've already seen an alternate take on the Doctor within Chibnall's Doctor Who. To me, it all seems to be building towards a David Tennant appearance,
Yeah, especially as well, like when you factor in that Chris Chibnall worked with David Tennant on Broadchurch and Jodie Whittaker. Like, Whittaker and Tennant are already friends, so their dynamic would work anyway. David Tennant, he's just on speed dial, ready to come back whenever the BBC need him for anything.
I think you know, it'll be the 100th that he'll still be there. He'll be like the
the curator.
Curator. Why did I say caretaker? I've never said that otherwise. It's quite likely that we could see a David Tennant appearance in either.
Yeah.
I'm less convinced of Revolution, but what I mean by the Revolution cliffhanger is if literally we see his face at the end.
I think that's the only plausible, like, if he's only there for, like, the last second.
Because that wouldn't really require him being on set for that.
If they had any more, like, any scene with him, I definitely think it would be in the press, like, someone would have leaked it.
That would have been leaked. Like, I remember Captain Jack eventually got leaked. I do have to give this current team credit for is that they are quite good at keeping things under wraps. Like, no one knew about Captain Jack till, like, the very end.
To be fair, the reason we knew Captain Jack, that John Barrowman leaked it himself.
And that was straight from the horse's mouth, as the saying goes. But, like, you know, I'm not saying it will happen in Revolution of the Daleks. But I think there is a possibility that something that crazy could happen. Because, like, imagine if John Barrowman's still there and we get a reunion between those two. Like, I think that could actually happen.
Imagine the scenes. Everyone would just... I definitely think that's going to happen eventually, whether it be now or in the 60th. Like, we are going to see Captain Jack, David Tennant interact once again.
And don't get me wrong, as much as I love the prospect of seeing Doctors together, it's always fun seeing Doctors together, no matter what. Even, you know, fun things like the Five-ish Doctors or Time Crash or whatever. I do worry a bit that it's going to overshadow our current Doctor.
Yeah, like, with the marketing this year especially, I think, like, it's mainly 2020 where it's started to do this, but everything is just David Tennant related. Like, you've got the whole Time Lord Victorious, like, thing, whatever that is. Like, you've got all of that focused around Tennant's Doctor, and, yeah, the comics, all of this. It could be maybe an intentional choice if they're going to bring him back to the show. They want to, like, hype people up for it by putting him in the expanded media.
Because, like, you see it in lots of other things as well, like, the expanded media takes from the main thing and vice versa. The main thing takes from the expanded media. I think a good example of that is like Marvel Comics. Like, when the movies came out, they all looked and became a lot more similar to how they look in the films.
I am worried though, because if you remember back to the marketing for Orphan 55, they marketed that as having an unmissable twist at the end, and it was a lecture about global warming.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, fam, we've got to burn all the Alexas. Amazon's bad.
Defense drones bad. Don't trust the Alexas with you.
The rainforest. The rainforest?
The Amazon
I don't know where the rainforest have come. Watch that. Series 13 leaked rainforest episode.
You know what? I can see that happening though, couldn't you? I can see that being an episode. But yeah, you know, if he does come back, I mean, it'll make me look like the smartest guy in the world. Because he'll be like, wow, you guessed it.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Tharries. No, right, here's the deal. If Tharries' prediction is correct, everyone who watches this video has to subscribe to his channel. That's the deal.
We've got to get more subscribers than Jammie anyway. It would be embarrassing otherwise. You know, no, I'm just kidding. I'm joking, Jammie. Jammie, I love you.
Also, comment down below if you want to see a Tharries versus Jammie boxing match. I mean,
I feel like I would win. Like, let's...
No comment.
Let's be honest. You know, like, you know, joking aside, I just flatten him, you know?
Yeah, so any more sort of speculative thoughts on Revolution of the Daleks? Anything you specifically want to see?
I think it'd be cool to see Davros again.
I'm sorry? This is wonderful news.
Yeah. Like, I remember that Davros was meant to be making some kind of appearance. I doubt it'll happen now because the story just doesn't seem to have room.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I could see Davros coming back is if he leads the real Daleks to wipe out these, like, sort of impure Earth-made Daleks, or something like that. Or maybe, like, he's working on Earth disguised, like he's trying to pretend he's a human scientist, and he's getting these humans to create him a new race of Dalek, or something like that.
Side note, if that is the case, how would he do that? Would he just do like a Scooby-Doo thing and just have a mask, and he just pulls it off, and it's just this...
I mean, I don't know. He could probably weasel his way, like, because we've got Jack Robertson and people like that. He could probably strike bargains with them and stay hidden behind the scenes and let them do all the front work and all that sort of stuff.
I suppose it would be very similar to Revelation of the Daleks in that way, because he takes over a planet and basically converts all of the humans into food, and the ones he doesn't convert into food end up being Daleks.
Again, we know Chibnall loves borrowing ideas, so...
True. And Revolution, they're very close together.
Yeah, I definitely... I think something like that is going to happen, and hopefully we do get a really, really good cliffhanger. I'm not going to get myself hyped, though, because I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as hypey as Tennant coming back. Right, there is a point of contention here, guys.
There is.
I'm right in this scenario.
We have beef, let's go. No, you're not, though, are you? You're just not, I'm sorry.
Tharries is of the opinion, the wrong opinion, I may add, that Series 5, Matt Smith's first series, is better than Series 12. I'm going to disagree with that. Series 12, for me anyway, beats Series 5.
And I don't get how you can think that. Right, walk me through, like, what actually makes you think that it's better. I actually want to know. I'm very confused by this.
The only episode of Series 5 that I love is The 11th Hour. I'd say it just sort of goes downhill from there, really.
Ooh, okay. So, my favourite is Amy's Choice. What's your opinion on that one?
See, it's just okay for me. Like, I don't think it's great, it's just meh.
Because to me, that's what, like, Can You Hear Me wanted to be, but it, like, didn't. I feel as though, like, the dream element of Can You Hear Me wasn't utilised as well as it could have been.
I'd say that the highs of Series 12, because there are some real duds in Series 12, but things like Spyfall, Fugitive of the Jadoon, like Haunting of Villa Diodati and The Timeless Children and Ascension of the Cybermen, for me, beat, apart from the 11th Hour. 11th Hour is just above all of them. But they beat every other episode of Series 5. I would rather watch Series 12 than I would watch Series 5.
Joe, you're hurting my soul. You're hurting me, man. You're literally... Okay, so Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone. That's a great two-parter.
It ruins the Weeping Angels.
Uh-oh, but the Timeless Children doesn't do anything to the Doctor's character. We're just going to ignore that.
No, but I'm sorry. The Weeping Angels are no longer scary after that episode.
I quite like where he went with it. Like, I know a lot of people, you know, prefer Blink because it's that one that everyone bangs on about, kind of like Heaven Sent, where it's like, oh my god, it's a masterpiece.
Like, if the image of an angel becomes an angel, then every, like, there's so many plot inconsistencies. And River Song in Series 5, just, not gonna lie, she sort of irritates me.
River Song's probably one of her least annoying performances. I feel as though the more you see of River Song, the less I like her.
Yeah, fair.
In my opinion. That's just me.
So, tell us in the comments down below what do you think? Is Series 12 better than Series 5? Is Series 5 better than Series 12?
Yes, it is. And anyone who thinks otherwise
will be destroyed. They'll be destroyed. They will be destroyed. Yeah, okay.
Exterminate!
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Anyway, that does bring us to the end of today's video. If you did enjoy, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Massive thank you to both Tharries and Jammie for being in this video. And yeah, I honestly think there is quite a bit of like potential in what Tharries says. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go and check out both of their channels. Links in the description. Check out The Brink of Destruction. And I'm going to take a breath and bid you goodbye.
Don't forget to click below.
Subscribe to the confused Adipose.